99% of people think getting rich takes 40 years of saving your pennies and skipping your morning latte. They are wrong. That is the slow way. It's the wait until you're 65 to buy a Corvette way. If you want to build wealth while you are still young enough to actually enjoy it, you need a different playbook. I'm not talking about winning the lottery, and I'm definitely not talking about some get-rich-quick scam where you buy a course on how to sell a course. I'm talking about high-leverage moves that can collapse a 20-year wealth timeline into 5. Today, I am breaking down the 7 fastest, most practical ways to get rich in the current economy. These are methods people are using right now to go from zero to $1 million net worth. And you'll want to stick around for number 1, because it's the only way to get wealthy without actually having any money to start with. Let's dive in. Way number 7. The high-income skill pivot. The first major roadblock is your salary. You cannot save your way to millions on a $15 an hour wage. The math simply doesn't allow it. To move fast, you need to pivot to a high-income skill. This is a skill that pays you for the value you provide, not the hours you sit in a chair. We're talking about skills like software engineering, high-ticket sales, copywriting, or specialized digital marketing. In these fields, the market doesn't care about your degree. It cares about your results. If you can write an ad that makes a company $100,000, they will gladly pay you $10,000 for it. Your goal here is to get your income to a baseline of $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Your action step: spend the next 90 days obsessively learning one of these skills. Use YouTube, use cheap certifications, and practice for free until you're good enough to charge. This is your engine. Way number 6. The side hustle arbitrage. Once you have a skill, you need to stop trading your own time for money and start trading systems for money. This is called arbitrage. You find a gap in the market where people are overpaying for something simple, and you bridge that gap. Think about service-based businesses like window cleaning, power washing, or even managing Airbnb listings for owners who are too busy. These aren't glamorous tech startups, but they are cash cows. The secret to speed here isn't doing the labor yourself forever. It's hiring someone else, like a motivated college student, to do the work while you handle the marketing and sales. When you take a cut of someone else's labor, you've stopped being an employee and started being an owner. That is how a side hustle becomes a scalable business. Way number 5. The content monopoly. We live in an attention economy. If you can build an audience, you essentially have a license to print money. Whether it's a YouTube channel, a TikTok presence, or a niche newsletter, your personal brand is an asset that works for you 24/7. The strategy is simple. Pick a niche you are actually interested in. You don't have to be a world-class expert yet. You just have to be one step ahead of your audience. Document your journey. If you're learning to code, show your progress. If you're flip hunting at garage sales, show the wins and the losses. The monetization comes later through digital products, coaching, or brand deals. Unlike a traditional job, content scales infinitely. One video can reach 1 million people while you're asleep. That is leverage. Way number 4. House hacking. Real estate has been the classic wealth builder for centuries, but most people do it the slow way. They buy a house, pay for it for 30 years, and call it an investment. That's a liability, not an investment. If you want to move fast, you house hack. Here's the play. You buy a multi-family property, like a duplex or a fourplex, using a low down payment loan. You live in one unit and rent out the others. If the math is right, your tenants, rent covers your entire mortgage and then some. You are essentially living for free while building massive equity in $1 million asset. You've wiped out your biggest monthly expense, and that extra cash can now be funneled into your next move. Way number 3. The boring business acquisition. You don't have to start a business from scratch to get rich. In fact, starting from zero is the hardest and riskiest way to do it. Right now, we are in the middle of a massive silver tsunami. Thousands of baby boomers are retiring, and they own profitable, boring businesses they just want to get rid of. I'm talking about laundromats, car washes, pest control companies, or HVAC businesses. These are businesses with proven cash flow, existing customers, and trained staff. The move is to use an SBA loan, where the government backs most of the debt, to buy one of these companies. You start on day one with profits in your pocket instead of waiting years to break even. It's not flashy, but it's one of the most reliable ways to hit a seven-figure net worth in record time. Way number 2. Aggressive index investing. Now, once you are making significant money from the steps we've already covered, you have to park it somewhere it can grow. This isn't about gambling on the next meme coin or trying to day trade your way to a Lambo. That's how you lose money fast. To build wealth fast, you need aggressive compounding. You take your profits and funnel them into low-cost index funds that track the whole market. Think tickers like VOO or VTI. The goal is to reach a point where you are investing $2,000, $5,000, or even $10,000 every single month. At a 10% average annual return, the math becomes unstoppable. This is the safety net that ensures you stay rich while you focus your energy on your high-income skills and businesses. Way number 1. Equity over everything. Finally, the absolute fastest way to get rich, the way the Forbes list is built, is to own equity. Rich people do not work for a paycheck. They work for ownership. If you are getting a salary, you are being paid to build someone else's dream. If you can't start a massive company yourself, the practical path is to work for a high-growth startup and negotiate for stock options. Or take the profits from your side hustles and buy shares in other private companies. Ownership is the only thing that creates gap wealth, the kind of money that jumps from thousands to millions. If you don't own a piece of the machine, you will always just be a part in someone else's machine. Stop selling your time. Start buying equity. Look, the fast way isn't the easy way. It requires more focus, more discipline, and more risk in 1 year than most people give in 10. But the reward is total freedom. Pick just one of these paths. Don't try all 7 at once. Pick one and commit to it for the next 6 months. Don't look at the scoreboard, just do the work. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm dropping a deep dive on how to master way number 7 next week. I'll see you in the next video.